How about the Kansas City Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl, the third Super Bowl appearance in 5 seasons now, in 4 seasons really, but in 5 years, 5 AFC championships, 5 AFC championship game appearances, 3 AFC championships, and can they make it 2 Super Bowls? We'll find out in 2 weeks. What a performance. I thought Mahomes did a lot of really good stuff in this one, some not so good stuff, but let's talk about it all. Let's start off with this play. So I really did feel like early on, especially, I didn't get what the game plan was for the Cincinnati Bengals. So like they were doing a lot of stuff. We're just, I think, being too cute. Like on a play like this, so it's a cover 3 zone. That's what they're doing. They're just playing zone coverage, but they're trying to disguise it very heavily. They're just trying to make a big, disguise, not make it clear what Mahomes is doing. But the issue with a disguise, there's obviously there's an obvious pro and an obvious con to a disguise. The obvious pro is that, well, the quarterback doesn't know exactly what the play concept is, won't know exactly where to throw the football right away. The obvious con, though, is that in doing a disguise, you could get yourself out of position. And for a concept that's already designed to beat this coverage anyway, as long as Mahomes can pick this up quickly, they should be okay. Look at how when this play begins, you see how chaotic everything is over the middle, and at this point, you just have Travis Kelce, who's just completely open on this play. There's nobody near him, and it's because, on a typical play, if they were just playing their zone coverage, they would be all over this. They would have this covered really fine, but because I think they're being a bit too creative, trying to outsmart Mahomes too much, it's actually working in the opposite direction. As you see, Mahomes is able to hit Kelce, and Kelce does such a good job in open space, he's able to still pick up a big gain. They end up gaining 16 on that play, on a play that really, had they just been not running this guys, probably they would have had to go to their next read or try to figure something else out. Like this play is another example where, okay, so you want to blitz Patrick Mahomes. Already a bold move, but you know what? Mahomes this season hasn't been quite as, it used to be if you blitz Mahomes, you're just screwed. Big part of that was Tyreek Hill. Now you can run a blitz here and there. You can play some man coverage. It's not like it used to be where if you're not playing cover 2 zone, you're losing. But still, got to be careful about it, right? You got to be smart. What are the Bengals going to do? Well, they have 5 defensive linemen on the line. Should they just have those 5 guys rush the passer? Maybe, but they won't. That's what they're doing instead, where their 2 edge rushers are going to drop back into coverage on this play, and now you have 2 linebackers, or 2 players over the middle, I should say, who will be rushing the passer that way. So again, they're being creative, and there's a time and place to do this. I don't necessarily hate this as a general strategy. I just think against Kansas City, it's not going to work. I just think Mahomes is too good for this kind of stuff. Look at how when this play begins, it's really that situation that I want to talk about for Kansas City. As you have McKinnon is the running back for Kansas City. He's the guy who's running the route that I have circled. But you have Joseph Osai, the edge rusher for Cincinnati, who's covering him right here. This is just not a good situation to be in. So if you're going to dial up that exotic pressure, the pressure has to come, and it's really not. Eventually it does, but Mahomes is able to get rid of the ball before that, and they're able to once again get the ball for a first down and get inside, first down and goal. It's to me a good scenario of like just overthinking things. You don't have to do that necessarily, and I think that they maybe got a bit too cute. But there also were times where just like Kansas City was winning one-on-one matchups. Again, I don't know why exactly you're playing man here when I feel like the Bengals play much better when they play zone. Like that's just, they're a zone team. They play better in that spot. But playing some man here, and you had really just Chiefs guys winning their one-on-one matchups. The one I have highlighted is Marquez Valdes-Scantling on Mike Hilton. MVS burned the Bengals in the game earlier this season. He had a big catch in that one. Well, in a one-on-one matchup, watch what he's going to do. As you see, he is going to be able to really do a good job on this route of being able to just, he's wide open right here. This is just a great win. Mahomes makes the throw, and they are able to pick up a big gain. Also, this one, what's going to happen here is just to set the stage because it's showing it's showing something, showing a stat on the bottom of the screen. This is a 4th down and 1 right here. So very important play. Love the idea of a 4th down and 1. Going for it with a 6-3 ball game with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. And really what's going to happen here is they're going to eventually get a Travis Kelce one-on-one matchup, and that's just what Mahomes is going to take advantage of. You see Mahomes hold on to the ball for over 4 seconds before finally getting rid of it, throws it to Kelce, who it's like, if you give Kelce 2 seconds, he's probably getting open. If you give Kelce twice that, he's going to get open. As you see, Kelce's able to make the grab, gets into the end zone for a touchdown. That's just star players finding a way to win, and it's just, again, when you need guys to win your one-on-one matchup, few do it better than number 87. And of course, Mahomes doing some great stuff here as well, finding the open guys. Now, you definitely saw a rougher stretch for the Chiefs. It did feel like what the Bengals did a lot of is what you see on a screen, which is, again, not blitzing, not doing anything crazy. It's also not zone coverage like I think they should have done, or at least that's what my thought was heading into the game. But it's still something that, has been proven to work. This is what worked for them in the conference championship last year, is just sort of a cover one play where you're not blitzing, but, sidelines can get open here, but as long as your corners can cover that, you should be okay. So it's really going to come down to this one-on-one matchup on the outside, which, again, it's dangerous. If this hits, it's going to hit for a lot of yards. Right when this play begins, though, what you're going to see right here is that it appears to be working. I mean, this appears to be at least a good situation for Kansas City and a throw that Mahomes is going to decide to make. But it looks like there's just kind of a weird thing with, kind of almost like a communication issue here. It's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That's the Chiefs receiver. And, the ball is going to go towards the sideline. However, look at what he does. Watch him kind of turn his head towards the left, which I don't know why he does that, because the ball goes over his right shoulder and falls incomplete. I think if he played that a little better, there's a chance he gets a completion. So there's a few things like that of the Chiefs doing some nice things, I thought, but also, the Bengals doing some nice things, I thought, but also the Chiefs kind of beat themselves at times as well. I think both can be true. But it didn't last too long, as well it lasted long enough that the Bengals could come back and tie the football game. You saw Mahomes do another Mahomes-type thing. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup with Marquez Valdes-Scantling it's a man coverage play. There is a safety deep, so you would think typically the point of this route is to just take away the safety who is deep. However, the safety is saying, you know who the biggest threat for the Kansas City Chiefs is? It's number 87. It's Travis Kelce. So he's going to basically look at their elite number one option and try to take him out of the situation. And then there was this play, which I don't know. I don't have a ton of thoughts on this play. I mostly just have a reaction to it, which was, I don't know. It was funny. This was a funny play. I enjoy when an athlete does something silly, especially when it's a great one. That makes down the stretch. I mean, listen, Mahomes wasn't able to do a ton towards the end there. Definitely that final play, a penalty. I mean, that won it for him at the end there. Obviously, that helped. But you know what? He put himself in position to get there. They still would have had a chance that, 8 seconds left. Maybe they could have gotten something out of bounds or tried a very long field goal. Had a chance in overtime. But he put himself in position. Got a little lucky there with that penalty. But hey, sometimes you make your own luck. He put himself in position to get it. So, I don't know. Great win by the Kansas City Chiefs. They deserve it. Chiefs, Eagles, I'm excited. Should be an awesome Super Bowl. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.